All right, we're gonna do the rear brakes on this 2020 Ram. You have to remember, before you start, you have the electronic parking brake. So you need to retract that, otherwise you're gonna cause some serious damage. You're gonna turn the key to the run position, but don't start the truck. And we're gonna go to settings and scroll down, brakes. You're gonna find brakes, brake service. It's gonna ask you, would you like to retract the parking brake? You're gonna hit yes. You can hear the motors doing their thing. Parking brake retracted. To reset, press the parking brake pedal and activate the parking brake switch. So you hit OK. And then we're going to shut the vehicle off. Now we can go and replace those rear brakes. 12mm socket, taking the bolts out. Slide the caliper off the pads. We're going to use a brake caliper hanger and just hang it from the coil spring. Just inspecting the boot. Boot looks like it's twisted a little bit, but doesn't look ripped, so that's good. All right. Slide that out of the way. Make sure there's no tension on the brake hose or the ABS wire. Get these little springs in here. Take these springs out. Slide the pads out. Those are getting pretty thin. Oh, this inboard one's stuck. You can see that inboard one is really thin, probably because it was stuck in the bracket. With a 21mm socket, take the two caliper bracket bolts out. Slide the bracket off. Now I'm going to use a T30 socket to take this screw out. I'm using an impact driver. It's pretty rusty in this area, so it's probably stuck on there, but you can try it with a ratchet first, but most likely you're going to need an impact driver. There we go. Got it to loosen up. It's a big win. Sometimes those break. If these do strip out, you can slice these down the middle with a grinder and then use a screwdriver, straight blade screwdriver, and get them out. Sometimes that helps. Give a tap with a hammer. Don't hit the studs. Slide it off. Now I'm going to use some anti-seize, just a thin coat, and don't get it on the studs. It's important to get it around this center hub surface. There we go. Looks good. Alright, clean off the rotors. Use a little brake parts cleaner. Wipe them down with a rag. Do Same on this side. Get that screw started. And just loosely snug that down. You don't have to tighten that too tight. That's good. Now check the caliper slides. These are good, but we're still going to take these out and lubricate them. Pull those out. Wipe the grease off. If they're really bad, you want to clean out the bore, but these aren't too bad. So just put some silicone. Not too much. Silicone paste. Make sure that boot seals. That's good. Same on this side. Those are good. Now we'll clean up the bracket. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Take the clips off. Wire brush this. Get any of the corrosion off. Just putting a little silicone just to slow the corrosion down. Not going to prevent it completely, but it does slow it down. And take the new clips. These go on the same way they came off. There we go, just like that. Snaps right in. Do the same on the other side. And slide the pads in place. Make sure they slide well, which they do. It's all set. Slide it over the rotor. Put the bolts in. Alright, now we'll take the caliper, take the hanger off. We'll go nice and slow and compress the caliper. And that's all the way down. Slide that off. Put the springs in. Slide the caliper over. Put 2 bolts in. Alright, now the brakes are done, completed on both sides, everything's tight. Now we're going to go pump the brake pedal and then re-engage the parking brake. Nice and slow, pump the brake. Put the foot off the brake, put it in run, then step on the brake, then pull the parking brake. And you can hear it, hear the motor, and it engaged. till you hit OK. All right, we can turn it off. Then under the hood, double check the fluid level and adjust accordingly.